Alright guys, welcome back to another MoreBlox tutorial. So today what we're going to be working on is, last episode what we worked on was the crafting. Today we're going to be looking at the barrels. And then there's going to be one more video after this, which will basically cover the modding aspect. So this is the recipe for crafting up the barrels. And then you have the barrels themselves. There are a total of 60 I think there's like 62 or 63 or something like that barrels, almost 64, which they can be rotated on any angle, and depending on the resource, they will basically allow different items to be put in them. So if we were to grab some different items, and then we can open and close these by shift clicking, and basically what that will allow you to do is when you're in sneak mode, it will close or open up the barrel. Depending on the state of the barrel, they will have different mechanics of what the thing happens. So for example, some resources have certain mechanics. If you place logs in, they're just going to drop because it's not a supported item. If you were to put something in like a actual valid resource, we can go ahead and grab one from the inventory. We'll just go to foods, apples, and then we'll place that in to the open barrel. Now I have to do it while the barrel is open, and it will change the resource to the apple texture. So if we try to put in carrots, it's going to eject the carrots. Didn't actually see that, so it'll eject the carrots because it's the main item would have been the apples. So again, it'll do that for the apples as well if it's the second item or any item after the first item in the slot. So whatever item is in the slot. Another mechanic is to breed cows. Now you have your couple cows over there. You can turn on the breeding mode, which is that button right there, and it will allow you to basically get every 5 minutes a bunch of resources from the barrel and automatically breed the cows. So that's a very unique feature for MoreBlox to have. And there's also like I said, there's a 5-minute timer that will happen, and if you disable it, then entity theft, which we'll be covering right now, won't basically happen. So basically, if the mode is in breeding mode, this would basically allow the entity to go ahead and not steal the items. It would rather breed them, where if there is a mode basically not in breeding mode, then it will some entities will steal items from them. I'm not sure what the fox is doing. I think there's too many barrels around that's trying to take priority over the entity at the moment. I wasn't pretty sure that I thought I fixed that, but I might come out with a patch. Basically, if we just disable these, he should run off to this direction, and I think he's going to get attracted to the other ones on the other side. We'll just close those barrels really quickly. And he should grab, yeah. So it basically dropped the item for him, and then basically he will run off and grab, I guess, other ones as well. So he's basically taking the items from the barrels. So that's what happens with some of the barrels, like carrots and the berries for sure. So if it's not in breeding mode, then it will entities will take them either one way or another. All right, so that leaves the different types of barrels. So the different types of barrels are pretty unique. There's the ones right along here. These are different ones that actually support breeding mechanics. So wheat, all the different types of crops and stuff. I tried to make sure that there was enough resources for all of the different types of animals in the game. So the next row is blocks that basically give off light level. Each one of those gives off a different basically light level. We can change the time to night, and we can see that these ones are basically very bright. So we can turn off these. And I think there's the berries over here that are still giving off. So if we turn on that, you can see that's the general light. I think the other ones are all 15. I'm not sure what the ink stacks or glowing ink stacks are for the light level. And then we got a couple texture ones up here that are basically like the enchanted texture. Not really any major mechanics. And then there's the gunpowder one, which is actually quite interesting. We'll go test that out right now. Basically what happens, depending on the amount of gunpowder that's in the barrel, what will happen is it will create a different size of explosion. And in some cases, it will be larger than TNT for an explosion as well. So if we fill the barrel completely up, and then we can use an igniter of some sort, anything that's in a specific tag, which is basically, I think it's under the tool tab actually. So in this case, I have the tag automatically set for fire charge and flint and steel. So if you right click on it, it should start sparking like that. And if you back up a little bit, probably want to do that by now. What will happen is it will explode. Now this is a full barrel. I did cap it at a certain amount of power, or it would have probably been extremely large and easy to destroy an entire world with. So I basically capped it. It will, after a certain amount of gunpowder, it will not be as big, but basically it will calculate how much gunpowder is in the barrel. We can try like 4 or whatever. We'll use fire charge. You can see that it's starting to spark. And then it will go ahead and explode. This one should be a little bit smaller. It's a little bit smaller, not too much smaller, but still smaller in power. We also did it on sand, so it would have been easier to break. So let's go up here, and we'll go ahead and do a smaller one. And we'll put like, I don't know, a few, I think I put like 2 or 3 stacks in. And it should be relatively, no, that's right, I put one stack in. So basically 1 stack is not going to be submission. I can't speak today. It won't be able to produce the amount of power that it needs to actually generate a large explosion. But if we put something in a little bit more, for example, like I think I did 2 stacks this time. I had to get gunpowder because I didn't have gunpowder anymore. One of these days I'll probably add fire charges or something like that as well. So 2 stacks of gunpowder, and I just broke the block trying to break the fire. So we'll try that again. And gunpowder. Go ahead and grab gunpowder, put 2 stacks in. This should be enough to create a relatively small explosion, but not 1 block. So it should be fair size. Yeah, so it's about the size of a creeper maybe, or TNT. I'm not sure exactly on the size level, but the blocks do drop, so you will be able to pick it up, and often you'll find the barrel in the middle. But yeah, that basically consists of all the barrels and pretty much all the features. The only last thing to cover is how to basically make a custom barrel for your mod, and basically how to add support for it. So we'll be covering that next episode. But outside of that, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, comment down below, rate the video, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.